Hey folks, so I thought I would give you a quick update on how my BPC-157 and TB-4 peptide protocol is going. Just a quick review. I've got tennis elbow in both arms. So I would say that when I started the peptide therapy, it was about 20, I think I'm on day 22 or 23. I'd have to go look at my logbook to be sure. But it's been about 3 weeks that I've been taking it now. And I'm actually pretty impressed with how things are going. The arm that I'm injecting in is my left arm. This was the arm that kind of started. This is the first arm I got the tennis elbow in. It's brought my pain from a 7 probably down to like a 3.5 to 4. So I'm seeing some big benefits. Now I am doing some, stretching and a little bit of strengthening and tension on that tendon to try to rehab it. I think that's really important. Also, I'm making sure that I'm eating in a calorie surplus, just slightly, and I'm eating as much clean food and good food as I can. That's just generally been in my diet. I think those things go a long way too. The TB-4, I'm not sure if it's helping. I'm injecting that in the other arm so that I'm not, shooting the same arm with 3 different needles in the same day. I can't tell. It might be helping too. I did introduce that like in the 3rd day of injecting BPC. So we'll kind of have to see how that goes. But I'm liking what I'm seeing or feeling so far with BPC-157. So I plan to do a cycle of between 8 to 10 weeks of BPC-157 and TB-4, and then I'll probably cycle off for probably 2 months or so. I'm debating at the 4th week whether I should start injecting in the right arm because the left arm is definitely healing faster than the right arm, I feel like. And that could be a couple things. It could be that I'm doing the injections in the left arm. A lot of people feel like BPC-157 injected at the local site is more beneficial rather than just in the gut. Some people feel like in the gut it's systematic, so it doesn't matter. But in my case, I'm injecting in the left arm and it's healing the left arm faster. It also could be that the left arm was hurt before the right arm. So it's possible this is later in the healing stage than this arm here. Could be that too, just not sure. But what I'd like to do is a test. It might be kind of cool to start injecting BPC in this arm and TB-4 in the opposite arm. So, and to see if that slingshots my my right arm healing to catch up with my left arm healing. So we'll kind of have to just play with that and see how that goes. But for now, I definitely think the BPC, I'm making more progress than I have made with icing, NSAIDs, anti-inflammatories, etc. BPC seems to be, it's been 3 weeks and I'm already feeling like almost 50% better in one arm. That's pretty miraculous. I'm 47 years old. I've traditionally been a slow healer. Wounds heal slow, injuries heal slow, that kind of thing. So I'm kind of a believer at this point. Could it be placebo? Could be. Is it expensive? Not too bad. It's a little bit expensive, but if you consider other treatments for tennis elbow, like PRP, for example, that can be $1,000 to $1,500 per administration, and you may need multiple ones. For this, I spent about $300 to $400 on these peptides for probably about a month, 4-week course. So to me, this was just a logical cost perspective. Now, as far as dosing goes, I'll talk a little bit about that. I was injecting 250 micrograms of BPC-157 in my left arm over 2 injections. So 500 micrograms per day is what I was injecting at the beginning. About 2 weeks in, I increased that to 350 micrograms over 2 injections on each day. So it's about 700 micrograms per day. And I'm staying constant at that course. The TB-4, I'm injecting 500 micrograms once a day at night because I feel like that's when your body heals itself the best, is when you're sleeping, so I'm injecting it at night. I don't plan on increasing that dose. It says you can go all the way up to like a gram or even, I forget how many total I've seen kind of posted, but that is a little expensive. The TB-4 is a little more expensive than the BPC, so I'm a little cost restricted on that one. But why change it? It seems to be helping. So I don't think I have any plans to really change any of that. But anyway, I think this is just another testament. Hopefully this helps you. It's just a sample size of one, me, right? But I'm actually like a real 47-year-old dude who's tried, antihistamines, anti-inflammatories. I've tried ice, I've tried stretching, I've tried strength, strengthening the tendon. I've tried also like resting it and doing nothing. That actually, I feel like, made it worse. So I don't know, man. I think this peptide stuff might be for real. So I'm going to continue the course. I haven't turned into an alien or anything like that yet. And I'm not, I should probably talk about side effects. Yeah. So from a side effects perspective, I definitely have some anesthesia, I think it's called. I'll put the word up here. I always slaughter it. But basically, it's a feeling of flatness or carelessness or just kind of carefree or just flat in general. I definitely feel that a lot of days. Things kind of roll off me that, probably shouldn't roll off me, but they kind of do. But I'm an anxious guy, so I think that's kind of helped me a little bit. I have noticed some sensitivity and tooth pain. That could be linked to the TB-4. I've seen a lot of people talk about that in the forums. There's actually a rat study that showed that some of their teeth were affected by TB-4. But I don't know if the study's kind of vague. Like, I didn't see if that was like as the tooth grew or if they were already there or what. I am having a little bit of pain, but it's typically a pain I get when I floss too hard. So I'm not overly concerned at this point about that. I'll just kind of keep an eye on it and hit the dentist if it gets too bad, or just discontinue TB-4 entirely. We'll kind of just see how that works. But other than that, I have not seen any other side effects. So super happy with how things are going. I did get some blood tests for my testosterone levels. If you watched the previous video, which I'll link, I talked a little bit about my estrogen being at I think it was at 60 off the top of my head, a little bit high. So I did get a new blood test. Problem is they can't find the results. So we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to chase that down. But if you like the content I put out, feel free to subscribe. Or if you have any questions about peptide therapy, put in the comments. I'm not a doctor. I can't give medical advice, but at the same time, I can share my experience and my mind rationale as to why I accepted the risks of peptide therapy. There are some risks there, and I'll be happy to spill my risk plan, if you will, or my thought process around that risk, because usually I'm a risk-averse guy. But feel free to put that in the comments, because all that stuff helps the algorithm. Anyway, keep up the great work. I know you can do it. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.